The countdown to glory is officially on. Brazil legend and two-time World Cup winner Cafu just dropped a massive prediction declaring that this year is the absolute perfect moment for the Seleção to reclaim the throne. After 24 years of waiting, the pressure is mounting, but with a tactical master like Carlo Ancelotti now leading the charge, the belief in the squad is higher than ever. Cafu is convinced that by tightening up the defense, Brazil has the perfect formula to finally bring the trophy back home.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
But the path to the championship just got a major shot of adrenaline with a vital update on young sensation Estevao. The talented teenager had the football world holding its breath after leaving the pitch with an injury during a high-stakes clash at Stamford Bridge. We have the latest on his recovery timeline, and the news is exactly what coach Carlo Ancelotti and every Brazilian fan wanted to hear as they prepare for the squad announcement. The momentum is building fast as Brazil continues to make waves on the international stage. Following an incredibly impressive performance during their recent Perfect FIFA Series campaign, the national team is proving that they are more than ready for the intensity of the upcoming 2027 World Cup cycle. This recent dominance is turning heads and signaling to every rival that the Brazilian machine is firing on all cylinders. Finally, we circle back to the future stars that are set to define this era of Brazilian football. Cafu is pointing directly at Real Madrid ace Vinicius Junior and the rising talent Endrick as the X-factors who will decide Brazil's fate on the world stage. Whether it is overcoming past controversies or stepping up as a key player on the biggest platform in sports, these stars are ready to shine. Stay locked in for all the latest updates by hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notifications bell so you never miss a beat. Can you believe it has been 24 years since Brazil last lifted the World Cup trophy? It feels like an eternity for a nation that breathes football. Well, legend and two-time winner Cafu thinks the drought is finally coming to an end. Speaking at the Laureus Awards, the iconic captain declared that this is the perfect moment for the Seleção to reclaim their throne. But what makes this year different? It is all about the man in the dugout. Bringing in a serial winner like Carlo Ancelotti is a massive statement of intent, and Cafu is clearly a fan. He notes that while Brazil has never lacked firepower up front, Ancelotti has been laser-focused on one thing: tightening up the defense. As the saying goes, defense wins championships, and Cafu is adamant that if they stop leaking goals, their lethal attack will do the rest. The spotlight is also shining bright on Vinicius Junior. Despite the noise and the controversies that seem to follow him, Cafu sees the World Cup as the ultimate stage for Vini to silence the critics and prove exactly why he is one of the best in the world. And let us not forget the rising star, Endrick. After his stint at Lyon, he looks more mature, more lethal, and ready to be a difference-maker on the global stage. With the tournament heading to the US, Mexico, and Canada, the stage is set for a historic comeback. Do you think Ancelotti is the missing piece of the puzzle, or is the competition simply too fierce this time around? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more football deep dives. After all, in the game of champions, history is always waiting to be rewritten. Could the next Brazilian superstar miss the biggest tournament of his life? That was the heart-stopping question every Seleção fan was asking last Saturday. When 18-year-old Phenom Estevao went down in the 16th minute of Chelsea's clash against Manchester United, the entire country held its breath. With the 2026 World Cup just around the corner, any injury feels like a disaster, but thankfully, we have some incredible news to report. Reports coming out of Brazil indicate that the injury isn't the season-ending nightmare we all feared. According to Globo Esporte, Estevao is dealing with a thigh issue that should only keep him sidelined for about 2 to 3 weeks. It's a massive sigh of relief for Carlo Ancelotti, who is currently putting the final touches on his 26-man roster. Now look, I know what you're thinking. Estevao has had similar muscular issues in the past, including a month-long layoff earlier this year. It is a valid concern, but the medical staff is describing this latest setback as more of a severe cramp than a major structural tear. That's a huge distinction. While he's going to miss some high-stakes matches for Chelsea, including the FA Cup semi-final and critical league battles against the likes of Liverpool, the goal is simple. Be ready for the May 17th match against Tottenham, just one day before Ancelotti drops his official squad list. Why does this matter so much? Because under Ancelotti, Estevao has been nothing short of a revelation. In just 417 minutes of play, he has bagged 5 goals. That's a goal every 83 minutes. To be the leading scorer in the Ancelotti era ahead of established icons like Vinicius Junior and Rafinha is absolutely wild for a teenager. If Brazil wants to reclaim their status as the kings of the football world, they need their most lethal weapon on that pitch. So, do you think Estevao will be 100% ready to lead the charge in the World Cup? Or should Ancelotti be worried about his durability? Let me know your take in the comments below. If you want to keep up with every twist and turn of the road to the 2026 World Cup, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and remember, in football, the drama is just part of the beautiful game. Have you ever wondered what it takes to transform a squad into world champions? Brazil just gave us a masterclass in how to build momentum, finishing their FIFA Series campaign with an absolutely perfect record. While the world is looking ahead to the 2027 Women's World Cup, the Seleção aren't just participating, they are making a bold statement of intent. It is one thing to win matches, but it is entirely another to do it with the tactical discipline and clinical efficiency we saw over these past few weeks. This isn't just about the trophy. It's about the culture shift under the current coaching staff, who seem to have finally found the perfect balance between traditional flair and modern defensive solidity. What's most impressive is the depth. We are seeing players step up who were relative unknowns just a year ago, proving that the pipeline for Brazilian talent is as deep as ever. It is clear that Brazil is playing the long game, using these fixtures to fine-tune their engine before the biggest stage of all. But the real question remains: can they sustain this level of dominance when the pressure of a global tournament hits? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think this current Brazilian side has what it takes to go all the way in 2027? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation started. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of football. Remember, championships aren't won in the final, they're won in the moments when nobody is watching. Could this be the year the Seleção finally reclaims their throne? The legendary Cafu certainly thinks so. 24 years have passed since Brazil last lifted the World Cup trophy, a drought that feels like an eternity for the most successful nation in football history. But as Cafu recently shared in Madrid, he believes the stars are finally aligning for the 2026 tournament in North America. Why the sudden confidence? It starts with the arrival of Carlo Ancelotti. Bringing in a manager with Ancelotti's pedigree, a true serial winner, is the kind of tactical masterstroke that could bridge the gap between pure talent and clinical efficiency. Cafu, who knows a thing or two about winning as the captain of the 2002 squad, pointed out a simple yet brutal reality. If Brazil stops conceding, their offensive firepower makes them almost impossible to stop. It is a philosophy of balance, something they have arguably lacked in recent cycles. And then there is the explosive potential of Vinicius Junior. Cafu sees the 2026 World Cup as the ultimate stage for Vini to rise above the noise and let his feet do the talking on the global stage. We're also seeing the maturation of young talents like Endrick, whose time abroad has clearly toughened him up for the elite level. While bookmakers have Spain leading the pack right now, you can never count out a hungry Brazil with a point to prove. The stage is set, the coaching is elite, and the talent is undeniable. What do you think? Will the trophy head back to South America in 2026? Drop your predictions in the comments below, hit that like button if you're rooting for a Samba comeback, and make sure you're subscribed for all our deep dives into the road to the World Cup. After all, 24 years of waiting is long enough for a nation that breathes football.